we are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Each one of you is welcome to from wherever you are connecting. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, the path of action and path of meditation are two paths. They are diametrically opposite to one another. Remember, you can change your action, modify them, you can replace them diametrically. It is possible, but they are not going to change you in any way. Any outward change will not bring the inner revolution, because outward is superficial and that does not touch the innermost core. By what you do, whatever you do, it remains untouched. But the very idea appeals to the mind. If innermost core is different, then innermost core is different, the understanding is different, then outwardly automatically changes. Think a basic question, only then we can enter these techniques of meditation. Do not be concerned with what you are doing. That may be a trick. That may be a device to escape from the real problem. You have to go into the real problem. For example, you are violent. You can make every effort to be non-violent, thinking that by being non-violent, you will become religious. By becoming non-violent, you will come closer to divine. You are cruel. You make every effort to be compassionate. You can do it, and nothing will change. You will remain the same. Mind continues to give excuses. I had very clearly explained the difference between Kama Sutra and Vigyan Bhairava Tantra. I had explained Vigyan Bhairava Tantra comes from three words. Vigyan means consciousness, Bhairav means one who is beyond, and Tantra means technique. So Vigyan Bhairava Tantra incorporates the techniques that can take you beyond consciousness. Beyond consciousness. And who can do it? One who has attained a state of transcendence already. One for whom sex does not matter. Transformation of consciousness matters. As long as you are using Tantra as an excuse, that is what it is happening presently in the world. Everybody is using Tantra as something divine. Yes, it is. But Tantra means the technique of going beyond consciousness. And for that, you do not need to use sex as a tool. You can use anything that you can do any action, and through that you can go beyond consciousness. One who is not involved, you can be in the business, but the business is not into you. Why are you into business? I ask this question because Business is a way of life for me. In order to live, you have to do something. Either you work in office or work somewhere, or you do your own business. So why am I doing the business? From the very beginning, when I was asked this question, I said business is my living. It is not a source to get rich. I am doing just as I would have done the job for someone else. I am doing the job as if I am doing it for God. It is a gift, an opportunity given to me, and this is the only opportunity is available to sustain the family and take care of everything. Then it will be a different thing. Then you will approach it in a totally different manner. If you are interested in or going into business simply because business gives you an opportunity to be rich, to attain to this and that and all that. So the action is not important. What is the thinking and how you approach a particular action? You can, Lalaji has said, make your business a temple. Make your workplace a temple, not your temple a business. What you see all around, your temples and religious places has become the places of business. You can do it and nothing, you can change your actions because that attracts. Tantra attracts. So everybody wants to go into, but why do you want to go into it? You have to ask this question, and then and only then the quality of your action will change. Remember one thing, the attraction is only as long as you do not get something. The moment you get the thing, the attraction vanishes. You are always attracted to new phone, a new vehicle, new house. The moment you get it, the attraction is over. And for that we go on giving so many excuses that because of this, because of that, I want to go into. You can do it, you can give 1001 excuses, but nothing will change and you will remain the same. The cruelty will become a part of compassion, and that will be more dangerous. You can change your actions, and this effort to change actions may be just a device. Basic change. The basic change is this, that first you must be. You must be. In Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, first you attain to the state of Bhairav, beyond consciousness. You have not attained a state of beyond consciousness. That this applies in anything. Your approach, I am doing business because it is the only source of livelihood for me to make my living. So the consciousness is different. You will approach business in a totally different manner. Do not let anything that you do become an excuse for you to escape from the basic problem. You must become more alert, more conscious of your being. Only then a certain presence comes to you. You never feel yourself, and even sometimes when you feel, You feel it, you know it through the others, through excitement, through situations, through actions, through reactions. Someone else is needed for you to feel something. Have you ever felt yourself rather than you know you are good looking, beautiful, the other becomes the mirror to see how peaceful, calm, and quiet you are. That is an acid test. But have you ever experienced this within when you are sitting down? There is no thought arising, nothing comes to your mind, and there is no restlessness in the body or in the mind. A thought may arise. Does that thought bring any kind of restlessness at the level of the body or at the level of the mind? Alone, without excitement, with no one there to become a mirror, you will fall asleep. That creates boredom. So you have to do something, watch television, go on the phone. Can you switch off everything for a certain number of hours every day? Only then you can feel your presence. You live, but you live absently. This absent existence is the non-religious mind. To become connected, to become filled with your own presence, with the light of your own being, is the way to become religious, is the way to go beyond consciousness. So remember, this is the basic point, and my concern is not your actions, they are irrelevant. Have you attained a state of Bhairav beyond consciousness? Then your actions will not bind you. Your actions will not come out of your desiring mind. What you are you absent or present, aware or unaware? That is my concern. If you have gone beyond consciousness, can you spend half an hour every day without the mobile phone, without your laptop, without your television? You are just sitting by yourself and doing nothing. Observe that. There is a stampede of thoughts arising. You may put the phone somewhere else, but the moment phone rings or a ringtone comes in, you look at it. Why do not put on the do not disturb status, and for half an hour withdraw yourself completely from everything that interests you? Television, mobiles, laptop, or anything. Sit down and see how relaxed is your body, how relaxed is your mind. Is there any thoughts arising? Why do you need someone else to feel yourself? And if or why the past is needed, why the future is needed? This present moment is more than enough. You need the past memories to feel yourself that you are. You need future projections to feel your presence. But forget about everything. The first thing you go on thinking that you are, believe that you are. This is simply a belief. You have never encountered yourself in aloneness. You have never come face to face with yourself. You have come with yourself through your actions, through your relations, through your friends, through your mirror. Without the mirror, do you know that you are good looking, you are beautiful? You do not know that. Someone else has to tell you, only then you know. There has been no meeting, you simply believe that you are. Through this belief, totally know well that you are yet to be. Yet to be means to attain to the state which is beyond consciousness. Beyond consciousness. And going beyond consciousness is the state of meditation. Then actions become irrelevant. Because there is a false belief, and that will never be able to transform you. You want to use cooking as a means to transform yourself. You want to use tantra activities, as you call them, to go beyond. Unless you have attained to the state beyond consciousness, you have transcended, you are light onto yourself, you will not be able to bring transformation through that act and in the other person. Gurdjieff used to say to his disciple, do not ask me what to do. You cannot do anything, because to do something you will be needed. You will be needed, and you are not there. So who is doing now? You are doing cooking. You are concerned with that people should appreciate your cooking. The food should taste good. So the motive behind is to impress others. Motive behind that is to impress others. But Gurdjieff says, do not ask me what to do. You cannot do anything unless you have gone beyond that. Because to do something, somebody has to be there. Who is there cooking that food? Your mind, your consciousness, or the light that you are, or your ego sense, your identity that I am a great chef. You are not there, and unless you are there, who is going to cook the food? So whatsoever you do it absent-mindedly. You can think about doing, but you cannot do anything. This is what Gurdjieff used to tell to his disciples. These techniques, that conscious doing I am talking about, conscious doing and unconscious doing is something different. You can think that you are doing it consciously. Why do you have to go into this particular act? To bring you back, to help you to create a situation in which you can meet yourself. In any act you can meet yourself. Much has to be destroyed. All that is wrong, all that is false, has to be destroyed before the real arises. The false has to vanish. It must cease. And there are false notions that you are. These are the false notions that you are a soul, you are an Atma, you are Ruh, you are consciousness. Have you attained that state? Not that you are not, but these notions are false. You think that you are. You have been told that you are unborn, unmanifest. But have you had the experience of that? That comes first before you go into any action. Gurdjieff had to insist and say that there is no soul in you. Soul is born in you, not that at the birth this opportunity comes. It has not yet attained fruition. That happens only when you go beyond consciousness, beyond the known. Soul is unknown and unknowable. It is the seed of godliness in you. And you can experience it only when you go beyond the known, and then you can get the taste of the unknown and unknowable. Against all the traditions, he insisted, man has no soul. All the so-called religions, traditions said that there is a soul in it. Soul is simply a possibility. It can be. The seed is not yet flower. Seed has to go through a process to attain fruition and become a flower. It has to achieve. You are simply a seed. And this emphasis is good. The possibility is there. The potentiality is there. You have to create the opportunity, but it is not yet actual in you. You go on reading your scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, the Bible, the Quran, and you go on feeling that you are soul. The seed cannot think that it is a tree. The seed can think that I am the potentiality, the possibility to be a tree. But what are you doing? You are saying that I am the possibility of the tree. I am the potentiality of the tree. But have you started working to actualize that potentiality? Have you reached to that state that potentiality has become actual? The tree is hidden there, but it has yet to be uncovered. That is the entire process. And it is good to remember that you may remain a seed and you may die as a seed as well, because the tree cannot sprout by itself. You have to do something consciously about this whole process. You have to plant it. You have to nourish and nurture it, fertilize it, create the environment. And that can happen only through consciousness. So Vigyan Bhairav Tantra focuses on the technique of going beyond consciousness. And who can guide to go beyond consciousness? One who is Bhairav, who is beyond consciousness. Beyond consciousness, you know, beyond unconsciousness is consciousness, beyond consciousness is light, beyond light is that the source of light. unless you reach to that state, you have not attained the Bhairav. Whatsoever you are performing, that is not a divine act. That will not help you to transform. There are two types of growth. One is unconscious, natural growth. If the situation is there, the thing will grow. But the soul, the Ru, the innermost being, the divine in you, is a different type of growth altogether. What you want to grow, it is only through consciousness that it grows. Your soul, your being, your presence grows only through consciousness. That is why Vigyan Bhairava Tantra focuses on consciousness, going beyond consciousness. The techniques of going beyond consciousness, it has nothing to do with sex. Tantra has nothing to do with sex. But it has been propagated throughout the world for whatsoever interest one can think of, that it has to do with Tantra. It has to do with consciousness, techniques to go beyond consciousness. And one who has not himself gone beyond consciousness can lead the other to go beyond consciousness. If you do not know the rigors of cooking, it's like you have taken a recipe, you do not know anything, simply you are following a recipe. So do not consider Tantra as a recipe book. And with that, you can cook the dish and it will be tasty. You have to know the tricks and tips and tricks in order to make biryani. You can take a recipe, but the recipe does not say the tricks and tips. What kind of pot do you need? What is the process of making that? There is two types of biryani is made. One is kachi biryani, means using the raw ingredients. The other is pakki biryani. So there are two ways of making the biryani. Using the raw ingredients, it takes a longer time. So in restaurants, what they do, they use the other methods. Everything is partly cooked, and within 5-10 minutes on a high flame, it is assembled. So there are two types of growth. One is unconscious, which is natural growth. Naturally, the child continues to grow, but there is no set pattern for the child to grow. If the situation is there, the thing will grow. The seed, you look in the forest, when the rain falls and environment is created, the weeds grow, grass grows taller. But a flower cannot blossom, a rose cannot blossom, a chrysanthemum cannot blossom until an environment is created. And soul, that is the innermost being, that is the divine within you, is a different type of growth altogether. It grows only through consciousness, conscious efforts. You are making an effort for your consciousness to grow. So you come to the company of the one who knows the art of cooking. And then when the fine tips are given to you, fine tips, then it becomes easier for you to go. This is not natural. The journey through consciousness is not natural. It is supernatural. Left to nature itself, it will not grow. If you want the marigold or rose to attain to its full fruition, you have to make a conscious effort. To create a beautiful garden, you have to create an environment. You have to remove all the unwanted weeds that suck the nourishment from the soil. So the gardener every morning works on it. He mulches the soil, removes the unwanted grass, the weeds that can suck the nourishment, and then the plant, the flower will not get the proper nourishment. What will happen? Its growth will be truncated. So, left to nature itself, consciousness will not grow. Just left to evolution, it will never evolve. You have to do something consciously. Consciously, you have to make a conscious effort about it, because only through consciousness it grows. Only through consciousness you go beyond the duality. Only then you attain to full fruition. Once the consciousness is focused there, the process of growth begins, growth takes place. So all these techniques that form the part of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra are to make you more conscious, so that you can go beyond consciousness, reach to the realm of light, go beyond light, to reach to that state when how the light evolves. Light evolves. The light of the sun comes from the darkest corner, darkest areas of the sun. Darkest areas of the sun. So you are, and that is the resting place. Left to nature alone, consciousness will not grow. Following the normal actions, consciousness will not grow. Left to the process of evolution, that it will evolve automatically. The water boils only through effort. Just left it on its own, uncared, the water, you may not know what is the size of the flame of your burner, how much time it will take to boil. All these are conscious efforts. You have to do something consciously. You have to put the water in the pot to boil. You have to stay around. Every day the gardener comes to the flower, to the plant, during the process that he is taking care of the plant. Every day he mulches, he leaves the plant. Next day comes, the beets start growing. He has to do something. There are different kinds of the weedicide, pesticides, and all these things that has to be used, so that this process of the growth of unwanted desires, that is the weeds, nothing is needed to grow. So those things grow in you like the beads grow around the seed, around the plant. He has to create a kind of a bed so that nothing else grows. A certain environment is needed around the plant, and then he takes care of it. And so he has to protect it. firstly from the things that will grow from within and the things that can cause damage from outside. So he has to take care of all those things. So it's not that he has started put the plant and that's it, he leaves everything there. So left just to the evolution, the seed is planted and that's it. No. You have to do something consciously. That is what the gardener does. Master does things consciously with certain plants. These seekers are like plants that consciously he creates an environment, creates his presence daily with these on a certain basis, a constant effort about it, so that the weeds do not grow, the unwanted things do not arise to cause damage to the plant, and the plant attains to its full fruition, the size. Because only through consciousness you attain to the state of beingness. Once the consciousness is focused there, the growth happens. So these techniques will make you more conscious. Under the series Conscious Doing, we'll continue the first technique in summer. When you see the entire sky endlessly clear, enter such clarity. In summer, when you see the entire sky endlessly clear, enter such clarity. At certain moments, the clarity is there in you. At certain moments, there is doubt and there is not clarity. So you want to have the clarity from someone else. If the master becomes the mirror for you, then you can use his clarity. But for that, you need to have a total trust in him, in his judgment. Otherwise, the clarity has to come from deep within. That's why he says in summer, when you see the entire sky endlessly clear, only then enter such clarity. Mind is confusion. There is no clarity. And mind is always crowded, always cloudy. The rainy season is there. The clouds are continuously, thoughts are continuously floating in the inner sky like the clouds. Never open sky, cloudless, empty is seen. Mind cannot be that. Only this much for this morning. Tomorrow we will take this talk, this first sutra, and continue this. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.